Let's go check. Let's go Mars Encyclopedia. Oh? There's one thing we haven't unlocked yet, it looks like. No, 3 things. Oh, but I bet these are from projects. Like, Secret Service Office was from a project. Well, or maybe not. Huh, I don't know. Are life forms all unlocked? It'd be weird if a life form came. Okay, life forms are all unlocked. We're missing 1 leader. Interesting. Well, we've got time for 1 more. Planet of Knowledge. So, I remember from Planet of Knowledge. Planet of Knowledge, we need to spend way more science than we think. So, like, pretty much any time we see a science building or project, we kind of have to take it. Because we cut it really close the last time we played it. So just keep that in mind. What is a science game going to favor? I feel like we don't take robotic very often. Maybe robotic would be fun. Like, we just took space. I'm not going to take space again, even though I think it's just, like, kind of strong in a vacuum. And balanced is just kind of like, it's not that interesting. Also, you start with a tritium thermogenerator here, so that's pretty sick. And this costs... Okay, maybe I've talked myself into robotic. You start with a building that costs 13 science. That's pretty good. If I have 800 more total support, gain a project suggestion. Does not synergize that well with a robot game, especially not one at a high difficulty. So I think this might be a Dromido game. Although Modular Apartments doesn't really synergize with a robotic start either. These are not great leader choices at the start. So if neither of them are that good... I mean, I think Happiness Leads to Creativity is, like, way better than Rural Construction for the science game, where there's not a lot of science outbuildings that cost the resources. So let's play Lena. Why not? I don't think I've actually ever played as Lena before. So maybe that's for the best. Oh, son of a... We should have checked if we had rocks at our starting headquarters. Because that would have made Dromido quite good. Would have saved us 9 power. Oh well. What can you do? This is the same map as last game, so I'm just going to do the same thing because it worked pretty well. Delete you. Power. We do have 2 expeditions at the start. That's pretty good. Take me here, set up a mine. Next turn, take me here, set up a mine. And then science. Science is everything. We pick science over a tritium thermogenerator because we know how important it is. Both to produce it and to consume it. We need to find nitrates in order for that to happen. That's not going to give us 5, but we can get some. Second lab. I'm not screwing around. Now we can afford to take a tritium thermogenerator. That was 3 nitrates. It's okay, we got more tiles. This is going to be our trade route. Those we don't need to expand to. These would probably be nice to expand to, but they're a long ways away. What do 2 robots do for us right now? Is maybe the way we should be thinking about this. I don't think they do much. No, I don't think that's the way to look at it. I think what you should be asking is, like, how valuable is expansion going to be in 10 turns? And in that case, I think it's pretty important. So let's bank in a couple tiles. Let's grab the nitrates we need to set up our labs. I would really like to have plus science production, so I think we're going to do lab, and then like the academy or the university or whatever it's called in that spot. So you go here. I need 1 more nitrate. I can absolutely take care of that. Support is going to be important. You go here. You go... I mean, it's kind of like a fricked up layout for our houses, but that's okay. You can just go there. And now I need tritium. 6, 7. Any of those will be 2, so we can build our second tritium thermal generator. I will take exploration satellites. I do have space for more labs. You might think I don't, but I do. I don't have silicates for the labs. I have it next turn. That's okay. Build another thermal generator. Explore some of these close tiles to find out if we need to expand anywhere. Good potential spot for power when we need it. Also, it gave us silicates. Wasn't even paying attention. Support income tanking already. That's okay. Give me my third tritium thermo generator. Explore here. Second empty tile, but we have more tritium nearby. That's good. You are exactly what we want. You're a little early. I'm not quite ready for you yet. But that's okay. I can make that work. We want tritium. I love urban planning, but expansion is not that important right now. I think improved robotics is crazy for the fact that it only costs 5 science. This is 5 and 25. This is also 5 and 25. Actually, advanced city planning is really good too. Alright, what would I rather have? Advanced city planning or urban planning? And improved robotics, I guess. But these are kind of like... They're nice add-ons, they're not that great. Considering we're not going to go that big, and we want to max out science production, I actually think advanced city planning is going to be better. This means we don't need to build as many houses in order to build a lot of in-city science production buildings, like development centers and research labs and all that kind of stuff. So give me advanced city planning. In the same vein, an urban planning office costs science, and does exactly what this does. So we go for that. We explore here because it's cheap power-wise. And then we satellite... Where did I want to satellite? I wanted to satellite something that has silicates and tritium, but that doesn't appear to be possible, so I'll just take U. So that we can build U. And now we want silicates instead of tritium. U cost science. It's as simple as that. We're already making +3 per turn. We can afford to start taking some of the big science buildings. You're especially good because researching 1 extra project every turn means that if we don't want any project, we double our science income. Which is great for us. Now, we only have eyes for silicates. So here, it's a natural expansion. We also wouldn't mind grabbing like 2 more water in case we want to start a second city. Also, if there's any city tile out here, this spot is going to go insane. That's an aquifer. It's got a crystal cavern. It's got a whatever the scientific interest spot is. I could put like an urban planning office right here just to get it down, I guess. It's plus support. And it means that we only need to have a second house right there, and we should be able to use every tile in the city. Alright, Lena, you didn't do much, but I appreciate you being here. It's a nice time for Pikai to show up before we founded a second city, and industrial lobbying is strong. Alex continues to, like, not do a lot, although he does make food. What do? You don't do anything? I think I might rather have Alex here. I'm trying to think like more short term, right? So long term, industrial lobbying is just going to be so much better. It's so many resources. You put down a dialogue center too, you get +2 support income for every city you make. So as the game goes on, Pikai is going to be better. Alex lets us found a new city next turn. It's as simple as that. Now, I don't know where it's going to go yet, but we do have a couple spots. Like here is looking pretty favorable, tritium deposit and nitrates. Down here is looking pretty favorable. We've got nitrates, tritium, water, if you're willing to take the -1. There's a couple really interesting spots that we could think about setting a city up. And he lets us do it like almost immediately and might even let us set up 2. So I'm going to give that a shot. First thing I need you to do is explore... When's our exploration satellite up again? Next turn. Lovely. You explore here. And then next turn we're going to exploration satellite that. We're going to build a city there. I don't have any outbuildings that I need to place. I think that's our turn. And I'm fine working with you on that. Double resource production this turn, or +20 support for every population. We're not really that crunched on resources right now. We have 20 silicates, we have 15 titanium, and we're not producing a lot. Give me the support. And then it's real hard to say no to an Android hub here. We don't have any robot synergies, which is a little unfortunate. But, well, you just like take another laboratory, actually. I don't think you can turn down your nose at science. So I think you're going to go, like, here. And then you're going to explore here. And then you're going to make food. And then you're going to... Oh my god, it's so many rocks. That's bad. Well, I guess you still go here. And then we need to see robots for expansion there, I think. How are we doing on silicate? 16? Next turn, if I get lucky on a silicates deposit, I should be able... No, it's so far away. It's 22. You need a large silicates deposit, and you don't have one. Alright, 2 turns from now, then. We can build it. Atmosphere or heat? I'll take atmosphere on that one. I'll take a landing pad. Here's our first trade route finally showing up. I actually should have expanded here because we can upgrade that later. So we just want more silicates, and you know what? Here's our opportunity to find out if trade routes actually spend science, because I forgot to check last turn. Right now, 15 of 600. Let's see what we're at next turn. Alex. 17, 18, 19, 20. If we explore 1 silicate tile this turn, then we should have enough to build this. 19, 20, 21, 22. Next turn we can build that, and then after that, honestly, I think you're just, like, farming for the rest of your days. Okay. 15 of 600. So far, it looks like it hasn't changed, but maybe it takes a while to update. Are we good on thermal generators? Yes, we've built all 3 that we need. I don't love any of these. Courthouse is going to be decent comfort of living, but none of our cities are going to get that big, so I guess just give me the resource production. And we're still at 15. So trading science does not count as spending science. That is good intel. You go here to give us +2 science. And then I think you might be getting replaced pretty soon. We don't have anywhere to expand right now. We're kind of waiting on a bus station to do that. Although I don't know where the bus station would go either. You know what? You might not go there, actually. You probably should, because you turn into science, but... What are we saving up for next? I would say maybe a greenhouse farm to get food production going. And I'd be willing to trade away like one of you and one of you to do that. And then I just want to start making food. Robots is exactly what we need here. I know I'm taking it over a science building. It's okay. Because this is going to kickstart our economy. These are 2 large mines. So now we trade you off. And we'll trade Trit, I guess, because we're about to be able to make it. You don't have anywhere you can get power, so you're just going to farm again. And then we're going to spend you. Probably should have done that in the other order, because we destroyed a bunch of rocks this turn, but now rocks are only 1 power to destroy, which is good stuff. And then for you, I would like you to be science, honestly. I also would like to find a city over here to found. It's just an aquifer. This might end up being the spot, though, if that's a city tile. And then we've also got enough water for a greenhouse farm. I think you're going to go here. Second greenhouse farm. Trit. Farm. Good stuff. Keep it going. Minus 18 support income. I would say that we now have support problems that we should think about addressing soon. I don't think they're that dire, but I also think we can't afford to put it off that much longer. And what it might mean is building a Martia here instead of doing a full new city. So farm me. And then you're going to be at 8 naturally next turn, so trade me. We also need tritium to build the mine, so let's take that off. And let's do a nitrate, because we're going to build a nitrate mine soon. An asteroid lab produces 3 science per turn. I think it's really hard to say no to that. It's really going to stifle our production for a bit, because we're not going to be able to trade. But I think it's really hard to say no to that. And then given that we're at +6 and we'll be at +9, now I think is the point where we just start taking buildings that cost science. I think we're producing enough. So do this. I really want this to be titanium. And like a big titanium. I think that's about the best we could get away with. It's only +2. Oh, but it found a big one. Okay, so we do this, which also gets us silicates. That's great. This is it's a mineral cave versus a crystal cave. Okay, fair enough. So we can coast on this for a bit. Next turn, I think we farm, and then we build a Martia in... I really want to put it in Greeley City, because you've got the support building, but I also really want to put it in Long Crater, because like both of these are pretty appealing expansions. But a bus station would get them. It goes in Greeley City. We just need to see one bus station, and then we can expand to both of those. And I still don't really have space for you. But it's okay, we don't have to spend science right now. Terraforming parameters is something that's like kind of fun to work on. It's really going to help with our support. Like, people are going to get mad if we don't take care of terraforming parameters, so let's start working on that. Let's get down... Again, like, people are going to be mad if we don't work on terraforming parameters, and this is spending science. It's okay. Sure. And then you farm, so that we can build you. That's +7 per turn. We're only at -10. I would say that we are no longer in dire straits, but we still do have a problem that needs fixing. These are also 2 really good space projects. I think we're good on a tritium mine that makes +2 per turn. And orbital ring is so strong with trade routes. So I'm going to go for that. And then do you farm this turn? Or do you explore for silicates? I think you might explore for silicates to make sure this project... Well, we need 20, right? We need 20 to finish. We have 8. So yeah, you're going to do a couple turns of silicates exploration. Actually, just kidding. You're going to retire. This is a crazy synergy with the project that we finished. It's going to make it really hard to not take Aisha. Especially because Aishi just, like, does animal stuff. We're so far away from it. But this actually goes insane. And we get our bus station. I really wish I had 2 picks, because a research center is so important. In fact, a research center is more important. I think I can afford to replace one of you. I'm going to miss that bus station. I'm going to miss it a lot for those 2 tiles, but I think that had to be done. And then you can't afford to do that because we need those silicates, but after that space project is done, you can. In the meantime, just explore tiles that have silicates on them. We also can't build you right now. You're a trap. You're trying to get me to spend my silicates. I'm wise to you. This would be a pretty good photovoltaic field spot, though, once we're in a position where we can afford to spend them. Give me another +2. We should be real close to just being able to finish that project now. Just on merit. This is not a leap deer. Well, actually, it spends 15 science. Maybe this is a leap deer game? I don't think we're ever going to use it, but I think the fact that it spends science in order to do it is very good. Kind of just want to grab a house. Because we want to fill this out, and we want to give it a nice support building right there. You need to explore for more silicates. Actually, you could explore for science. This lets us build a development center next turn, so we never have to choose between 2 good projects ever again. Take Cyanophyta. Okay, before I do that, let me just get this down. So you're going to be food, 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 and then a soil factory. This could be science, 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 and then a science augmenter. So let's, as long as we're in here, let's just destroy all of it. Put down a development center. Now we can do 2 projects that we want. That's going to be an Android hub for sure to get extra exploration tiles. And it might also be a school. Well, no, it should probably be a development center because that's 20 science. I would really like this to go in the new city to give us our adjacent support, plus like a little bit of science. But I gotta be more mindful about buildings that spend science to construct, because that's what almost got us killed the last time we played this path. You, in the meantime, still can't afford to do that, so I think you are going to uncover these 2 tiles and see what's there. It's a normal aquifer. That's fine. Should probably also build that nitrates mine at some point. You can go here. That I'm fine spending on. Do we have one of those yet? No. Okay, so that has to happen. This would be really nice and cost science. This would be really nice and cost science. But we don't have the spaces. So I think instead we're going to plan long-term for the future here. We're going to say we want a soil factory and we want a resonance station. This is going to bleed a ton of our silicates, so we're going to need to go and explore for more. And we're not really seeing a ton. I guess like here's some over here that we could grab. And then here's some over here that we could grab. Puts us at 16, but we still need to spend 12. That's the bigger problem. What's our plan for next turn? Don't really have one. Like this space project is just taking up so much of our time. Okay, lightweight hull structures is real good. That's also 40 science. This is only 15 and 20. I don't even really care what these do. These cost so much more science that we just kind of have to take them. This also costs a lot of science. And then we do have to worry about like a little bit of econ, so let's take a robot hub. You'll just go like here. And then if we wanted to, we could hit these 2 tiles. Can't afford that. Sewage treatment plant. 4 population is not going to happen anywhere, so I think we're probably just going to turn you into support this turn since we have no power. Also, I can only hold 10 projects at a time. I don't think the Android hub is necessary. And now we have to make difficult choices. I think power is necessary. We're only making 3. We're only going to make 6 after the resonance station goes up. I would really like to make 8, and I would like to make 8 on that tile specifically, so I want to hold on to you. I'd really like to make 6 food per turn. I would like to hold on to you. Which means I think I throw you out, and I just take another house building when I see one. God damn. I can't hold all this crap. Well, I can spend leap deer and make space that way. I could also build this turn, and that makes space. And then I really want to have that to go like there. So I'm going to have to make another difficult choice this turn. Take that expansion slot. Turn in you. Never mind, you don't have the science to do that now. So I think now we start throwing out buildings that cost less science than others. These 3 cards are just too important in terms of our overall economy. Photovoltaic field, soil factory, resonance station, they do too much. We cannot throw them out. Which means I'm really looking at throwing out like a robot ingenuity center because it's a 13 science building that does virtually nothing. And we have a second one if we actually decide we want to use it. So, goodbye. And now I'm in hell. I'm going to do this. It's going to cost a lot of our silicates. We're going to have to go exploring after this for more. It's okay. We can grab a couple right here. I need 8 more I actually think we'll be okay on silicates. And more importantly, we didn't have to throw out any science buildings. I can afford that, although I don't want to. This is really important. It's like really, really important. And I think I get rid of you to do it, and I just hope that I see another one of you later on down the road. 5, 6, 7, 8. I would really love to find a tile that gives me power so that I can build that next turn, so I can up my amount of trade routes. It does not appear that's going to happen, which makes me very sad inside. I'm feeling very pinched by my economy right now. We don't need tritium. That's the only sure thing in this life, is that we do not need tritium right now. That's a big silicate. I'll just grab that. I'll just take a big silicate. No, we do it. Well, we have 8 power next turn, so we could make a large nitrate mine. Maybe that'll be okay. And then we could also make the hospital next turn. We could start to clear some of the backlog out of this hand. Yeah. I cannot afford to prospect with you this turn. A sewage treatment plant doesn't do anything. You're going to be support this turn. I'm sorry to say it, but it's how it is. This sucks, man. I'm tired of making hard choices. A robot ingenuity center would not be bad here. It would give us an extra +4 expansion points. Which we could use to go here for an aquifer, here for water, here for nitrates when we have a bus station. And then like here to this presumably empty tile. I think I'd rather just have the support right now, though. So now we're basically breaking even on support. We don't have to worry about it as much. A bacteria spreader is a lot of science, but it's a lot of science that doesn't really contribute anything to the overall plan of the game. A research center is a lot of science that actually does something very important, so I think we take you, and then we get rid of you. We have 8 power this turn. I can finally set that mine up. It means we can't explore this turn, but that's okay. Both of these continue to be underwhelming. I actually can afford to convert resources this turn. I only need 4 more silicates. I have 7. It's a free 7 resources that we can trade for other stuff later. And now the most important building to get up by far is this spaceport. So I think what we do is this. No, we don't do that. We wait. We exercise just like a small bit of patience. If we take a hab module, we could build it immediately. It gives us extra support. It gets us out of the danger zone. Would love to. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't. You don't do anything for us. So we definitely take this, because we can just build it this turn. And then I think we turn the rest into science. You're just going to go here. We are now down to -2 support. We're looking pretty good. I do not want to prospect this turn. I want to save the 10 power for next turn. I can't afford to do that. You're just going to be support this turn. And now I'm like, I could take another research center. I could take another hospital. This is going to be better. This would be good, but it's a long ways away. Take a research center, turn the rest into science. Enable you, 8 science per turn. Build your spaceport, but what you were going to do is you were going to move this here, and then you were going to build this here, so you can actually preserve that extra trade route. And now, I look at all the titanium, or I'll look at all the tritium we have. We just crank on these. We rip them up. You're going to be a resonance station when our silicates recover. You could get replaced with a research center. We're at 8 science per turn. Let's wait a little bit on that, because that's not a ton. Like, it's a good number, but it's not like a lot. Especially if we can just build a research center like here. Or like any of these. I actually don't think these are going to be labs anymore. So let's do that. Let's do this, I guess. So you can just see what kind of deposit it is. It's just an aquifer. We are at +2 support, so I think I can afford to take the hit to grab both of these. We'll mine you, we'll mine you. And that's just more stuff. We will continue spreading cyanophyta. No, we were spreading the other one, the purple one. Dinococcus. Okay, you can go there. Wouldn't mind spreading a little bit more bacteria. But maybe another time. Okay. Mariam looking real good, considering that we haven't built the resonance station yet. It's basically going to give us a free power. Free drone hubs, always good. Innovate, always good. Mustafa. That's, like, quite good, but you don't do a lot otherwise. So I think we're going to have to run with Mariam, even though it's boring, because she's so strong. Would really like a second spaceport. Quite badly, in fact. So we'll take you. Second resonance station we're not going to need. Hey, we could just upgrade our science production, but it competes on silicates. That's my biggest concern with you. And I think that's going to put us over building cap. I think I just have to get rid of you. So explore here. It's a highland. You don't say. Now, it doesn't matter, because it's still going to be a spaceport that gets us 2 free mines. Maybe 3 if we get lucky on that tile. But it is interesting that you're highlands. We have the Mafia event? That's fine. It is going to continue to eat all of our silicates. This is exactly the food production building we wanted. It's going to be a while before we can build it, but that's okay. We definitely take you, and I think we also take you. Because this is getting a little cramped, and I want that extra expansion. So it's going to cost us all the power we worked so hard to get. But that's fine, because I want that tile. And then, which of these is valuable? You're extremely valuable for the projects we're working on right now. It's going to double our tritium. Just make all of our space projects go that much faster. And then free drone hub. It's not... Well, I could put it up here. A 6 support per turn is a lot of support per turn. No, you don't have anywhere you can go there, is the problem. I need to make another city just for, like, more room for buildings. Honestly, more than anything else. Just turn into support this turn, that's fine. I think I'm going to end up throwing that out, no matter what it is. Wouldn't mind more trade routes. We're going to have to make some difficult choices at the end of this turn of building picking, but I would not mind more trade routes. Where would you go? Okay, now that's a question, isn't it? So no matter where you go, people are going to be unhappy. So... there's not a great choice pretty much anywhere. I wish Greeley City had expansions and not Long Crater, but it is what it is. What's over here? Can I do it without power? What's over here? Will be submerged if ocean rises to 1. And it's sandstones? I mean, that makes people happy. And it's a -2. God, it's all bad choices, man. It's all horrible choices. Can I afford this? No, you literally don't have the science. How much more science do we need? 155 out of 600. Jesus. Okay, you are not as important as you think. You are honestly, like, also not as important as you think. I know those were, like, our 2 picks that we made this turn. But, you know, it is what it is. And I hate that you cost silicates. I'm actually very upset about that. I gotta make more silicates mines, man. I gotta get out here. Like, mineral K... Oh, you're titanium, actually, now that I look at it. I gotta find silicates. Silicates are a big problem right now. So let's... No, you can't do that either, because you want to do your stupid spaceport. Okay, I'm gonna assign some trade routes. And then I'm gonna end the turn, and I'm just gonna bank support. It's unfortunate, but that's how she goes sometimes. I need to improve my science production. I think this much is clear. I don't see buildings that increase our science production here. I do see one that costs science. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to turn you into science. I'm going to build you for extra trade routes. Those are free ones, too. So now we have 2 free whatevers. You don't have enough trit to do that. Okay, fair. I'm going to go ahead and just, like, pop that in, because it spends science. I'm going to go ahead and just... I think that's the way. And we actually kind of have our hand under control now. Really still need, like, a bus station to show up. You always take science buildings. And this is a... Look, it's a trit project, which means we're going to be able to finish it very easily. Can only afford to do one of those because we're spending a bunch on the trade route. Can I explore for trit? Yes. So now I can do a bit more. Let's switch to this one and just knock it out. It actually just finishes next turn. Can't afford it anymore. Okay, fair. We do this. We do this, and we do that. Support income continues to get worse. I see plus science. It costs us silicates. I think I'd be willing to do it. I also see a train station. I'm taking this turn off from selecting buildings that cost science so that I can build a train station in Long Crater. We have a lot of expansion we can do down here that's going to be really valuable. We turn you in. We do 1 AU. We do 3 AU. We explore for silicates this turn so that we can build the resonance station. Power woes are a thing of the past. And then you could still actually explore. Where's a cheap tile you could explore? These are all 3. Just grab a 3-cost exploration. And then spend me a bit of extra science while you're in there. Let's research 1 extra project per turn, because if we don't want any projects, it's 1 extra science per turn. We do have 11 trade routes right now, so I think we're probably good on spaceports. I think we just start taking science buildings. Again. And we really gotta found a new city here soon. Let's see. Where's a good place that we could do that? It's a crater. Here actually might be okay. We've got canyon view within 2. We've got water within 2. We've got a large meteorite within 2. We've got 2 large meteorites within 2, which is plus 2 science per turn. Yeah, I think we're going here when we have the food for it. And then just keep an eye on this so you have your silicates when you need them. Plus 1 comfort for every 4 food produced? I don't think so. Plus 1 science per turn, but it costs silicates? I don't think so. I'm actually really tempted to just innovate for the science. And then, like, if we see something we want, great. Like a cultured meat lab, I think we would take. And then we'll take 2 extra science, and then we come down here. We put you, like, there. That's plus 1 food. We start saving up for a GMO lab, maybe? That gives us bonus food. In 2 turns, we can found our new city. We've had an earthquake. I'll fix that later. Do we have your support building yet? Yes, we do. Okay. So what do we want here? A lab? We'll innovate. A better lab that costs silicates? You can't afford that. Really, you can't afford the regular lab because it also costs silicates. So just give me 3 science. What's broken here? Alright, fine, I'll fix that. Alright, next turn we found a city. We used your action this turn. What else is broken here? Oh, you're broken. That's 15 food? Brother, you're going to have to repair that manually. I don't have that to spare for you right now. Are you insane? Support's getting very scary now. I continue to innovate. I really wish you'd stop showing me things that cost silicates. Let me think about that. Also, this needs to get built this turn. I'm going to replace the urban planning office. I think I can afford to do that. We can. Okay. We are at minus 70 support right now. I think that's less than ideal. If we found a city here, how bad is it? It's plus 3. It's not terrible. But I think we explicitly need this city to be a place that resolves our support difficulties. So you're going to go here, and you're just going to chill for a little bit. You're not even going to do anything. You, I would like to explore science with you. And then I really want to save up for this GMO lab. Like, we're good on projects per turn. We're good on projects that we see. And we get this next turn if we're just like a little patient. So I do think I'm just going to chill. I want that, though. And I want both of these, too. What's my hand limit going to be like? Can only hold 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. When I said that I was just going to chill, I lied. Because if I build one of these, I can just hold more projects. And we'll start saving up next turn. Could also build an Android hub now. How good is that? Let's just go here, here, here. Get silicates immediately at the cost of support. Unfortunately, I think support is too important right now. What else could we do? Could get both of these meteorites. Hang on, that's important. You can just go over here. 1, 2. I hate that it costs us 1, so actually I'm just going to grab this empty tile. And I'll dike it so it doesn't flood. Needs silicates, needs titanium. Okay. And then you, I think we just turn that in. Things that cost science. None spotted. Because I'm mindful of the fact that I actually still need to explore 26 more tiles in less than 20 turns. So maybe I actually just start doing prospecting tours. I don't think I can really afford to innovate that much anymore. We are getting 8 per turn. We are getting 9 per turn. The GMO lab is not as important as I think it is. Let's spend some more science on the life forms. You cannot live here. You can live here. Might need expansion. Who knows? Actually, almost certainly need expansion to go here and here as soon as we finish this train station. Trade routes are fine. Both of these projects are going to be done next turn. So we love that. You can expand there as well. Could build a robot hub this turn if we wanted to. Does it do anything for us? I don't think so. Okay. Jagrav is support, if I recall correctly. It's 9 support for an astral temple, 10 support per population, 1 support for every 10 new resources. This is trade routes, but given how bad our support is right now, Jagrav actually just kind of like goes insane. Welcome to the thumbnail. Can't afford you. Could maybe afford you. Might need to do that. And then you... This is a great synergy, because now I can just explore tiles and see more stuff. Sure. Like, maybe. So you'll go here. I don't have anything better to do with that spot. Finish both of those. And now everything is silicates. I think something like that is what we have to do, at least for a little bit. We'll be at 26 science next turn. Or we're getting a lot of science per turn now. Can I afford to fix you yet? You're 12 food. Kind of need to fix that, because we're in danger. I could just, like, do this. For no real reason. We see plenty of projects per turn already. Lifeform spreader buildings owned by this city spread lifeforms in 33% less time. That's fun, but it's not exactly what we're going for right now. Also, I can't afford to do explore this turn because I need my man to build some astral temples. I need, like, some highlands. This looks bad because we're ignoring a mine, but it is 9 support per turn, which is just kind of a crazy number. Any other highland tiles? No, but that's a colossal nitrates deposit. I mean, like, yes, here, but obviously we're not going to put it there. I would like to protect natural heritage. We're down to minus 50 now, slowly repairing the damage that has been done. We're at 20 silicates. We could afford a train station. That would be plus 4 support per turn. I think you kind of have to take that. Down to 45 per turn. This is free. This is also free. And a couple of these others are going to be free too, now that it's a train station. That's plus 5. We love that. We also got to start saving up some titanium, because these are liable to flood, and I would like to dike them. And then we also have a hospital that we could just, like, put down. Sure. It's 7 support. Why wouldn't you? What do we even want at this point? We still need buildings that cost science, so I think that's a given. I think we're good on producing science. 11 per turn strikes me as being pretty high. This seems fun. I don't know where you'd go, but I could reallocate both of the spreaders that we have to Long Crater. They could go like here and here, and then we could build it in Long Crater. Long Crater doesn't have a spot for it, but these don't. We could just delete these, honestly. Give me you. Turn the rest into science. Might as well. It's 7 turns. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do that. That takes way too long. Deimos? No. No shot. Must be built on a planet location. Increases the output of adjacent mines by 1. Where would that go hard? It would go extremely hard here. It would be +1, +1, +1. We'd have to move the Astral Temple, but there's a nitrates deposit underneath that. So I think we go like you and you. And then we explore. And then we see what else we get. Your support, it's not lost on me. You're also support. And we don't have any currently running space. We don't have any currently running space projects. So why don't you just grab some? I don't know if we're going to finish them, but, you know, stick them in. Cut one of that. Cut one of that. So that you can allocate a trade route. Can I repair you yet? No. Next turn I can. The other thing I kind of want to do? I don't have the power. I kind of just want to rush through that mystery. Could do you. But I can't afford the lifeform spreaders. I could next turn. Yeah, I'll put you in now. What would I rather get rid of? I think I'd rather get rid of C extra projects. I think we see plenty of projects currently. Could also expand here, set up support. It's pretty good, and we have the space for it, so take that. Go here. Any other science buildings? Like, yeah, but you're pretty bad. A house is decent. Wish we were producing more food. We're at 18. I want to wait one more turn to get the bacteria spreader. Yeah, I'm going to wait one more turn to get the bacteria spreader. Still can't fix you. I don't know where my food goes. Presumably it goes somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Explore me first. I'm not ready to make a choice yet. It's a lot of titanium. I think we do that. We come over here and we put it here instead of having delivery drones. And we get this ready for house expansion. Then we can finally fix you. So now we're just down to minus 18 support. That's workable. It's not good, but it's workable. You can come in here and start spreading bacteria. Atmosphere is fine. Oxygen is not, so I'd like you to set up oxygen spreading. And then I would also like to start diking these. I can afford one more, and then I'll need to do 2 more after that. I would like to expand to a tile that has titanium on it to hasten that process. +3. Very kind. You shouldn't have. Next turn, we can afford to put down the Secret Service office, so that's okay. We don't need to make any adjustments there. And in fact, we have so much silicates right now that I think I would be willing to reset this. Take your 2 free ones. Allocate that. Finish that. And then import extra silicates with the freebies. You cost science. It's as easy as that. Before you explore, make sure you put down your Secret Service office, which I think is going to go here for now. And then, of course, after that mystery is over, I'm just going to bulldoze all of those. I don't actually want them around. You've got a lot of free expansion opportunities. You could also just go there. You cost science? I like that for us. Also a bus station. So this gets upgraded now. Good. And I think we're good on power. I think I can disregard power now. Gotta turn you down by a little bit. And then what do we need a lot of? Maybe we should just import science. That's free. No, we should import titanium to finish the dike. 3, 4, 5, 6, so that we can do the combined living center. I hope I don't live to regret that, but I think I'll be okay. And then just import science so we can finish all these friggin' projects, man. Ban. And then I can only hold 12 projects at a time. I want to keep you around. I don't have a plan for you right now. Just get out of here. I don't really have a plan for you either. I know you cost 20 science, but oh no, it's really bad. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that development center. Get rid of you? Okay, now we're good. Support income getting worse? That's okay. I plan on leaving very soon. You produce 2 science per turn, and you give us an extra project for every 4 population. I don't have a city that has that much population, but you are a lot of science. So I'll take you. I'll explore. Yeah, I'll explore. A lot more science buildings, but I kind of just need the science income right now. So we're at capacity. You need to get some expansion. Delete, delete. – Hold extra projects, because that's pretty important right now. Can still research a project. I'll just take another one of you. We're at minus 58. How is such a thing possible? Although a bunch of these terraforming parameters are about to improve. We can finish this dike, which means we can now take some of this and put it over here. I do need a lot more tritium still, though. That's water, and it doesn't cost science. We let those pass. Got another one of these. Well, we know we need to explore anyway. Sure. And then give me 3 science, and then we'll just put another one down over here somewhere. So we can hold even more projects. And then I really want to spend this satellite on a big tritium deposit, if such a thing exists. I don't see one. I'll settle for a small tritium deposit. That's going to free up a little bit more trade route. We can finish that project next turn. And really, maybe I should start improving my science income, since I'm kind of struggling with it. Or at least start working towards it. 1 support when constructing a building, 3 support per ocean location. Not really. Plus 2 support income when we increase power, titanium, or trit. 8 support income per animal. We're actually like kind of close to that. We're almost at the point where we could start doing animal stuff. But I think more important than that is going to be doing house stuff. Turn it into science. I gotta get this GMO lab down soon. I could do it next turn. I am full on projects, though. This would put it off by a turn. I think the combined living center is better than the eco home, even though it costs us 10 science to make, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I want you to keep exploring for trit. Rover Museum is good support. I need to throw another building out, though. This is never getting made. Hey, look at our hand. I think we're going to be fine on spending science. I think we're going to be A-okay. And then that gives us extra trit to spend. Can I finish this with one more? I can, and then if I turn you down by 1, and I turn you down, I can also cap that out so that I only have to work on the trit. Second GMO lab's pretty good. Support income is extremely welcome. 5 science per turn? Are you joking? Of course I'm going to take that. So GMO lab here. Enable you. We do that because it's all we can afford, and then we need space projects that don't use trit. Like your support, you're pretty much exactly what we want to see. I would love to take that, and then I want to explore to see a couple more projects. Yes. It's on site. I don't care what else is here. Because I don't think I could hold it. I can't hold it as is. I got no freaking hand space. Shouldn't have done that. Was planning on building that rover museum. Now I can't. Well, what's your plan now? Get rid of one of these houses. Look at how far behind you are on food. Although that said, if we do that, we can build it next turn. And then trade routes. Just put those 3 in. And then life forms. There's not really anywhere you can live. Like, you could live here, I guess, but I think... Where's the other spreader? Oh, it's just the one up there. So you can spread there, you'll be fast. You can spread out here, I guess, sure. Oxygen is going to cap out 2 turns from now. Water is going to cap out like 3 turns from now. That's going to be support. I am still keeping an eye on the Secret Service office project. Arthur gives us trit. He lets us drill. Too bad we can't drill for science. I don't think it's going to be that useful. Alternative space materials is really good. Tourism's also really good. Tourism fixes a lot of our support problems that we're having right now, so I think we do that. I don't want to do that because I'm going to need to spend those exact same resources on the Secret Service office soon. Just give me science instead. And then give me you. And then give me you. That's a nice +7. And then give me you. You can go like here to get another +1 out of that. Not enough tritium in stock? That's okay, I have an exploration satellite. Show me big trit. No? Okay. Show me like medium-sized trit then. And then let's reset all these. Free, free. We put it towards science. We get big perks from trade routes to space. Like every resource we spend gives us support, so I think we're going to do that. I should really, though, prioritize the exploration satellite. Just so we can make sure we can explore all of the remaining tiles we need. We need to do 12 explorations in like 9 turns. And we need to spend 200 science in 9 turns. So we need to average, we need like an average science income of 20. We're currently at 13. With trade routes, after that's done, we're not going to be that far off. There's nowhere I can put that. What about dark bacteria? Dark bacteria can live down here. I really got to keep exploring with you, but I don't think I have the power to do it this turn, which is unfortunate. So just give me some random resources on the space projects. And then spend 14 of your finest sciences to see more projects next turn. That's pain. We're now at -88. We have 6 turns to win the game before we lose. It seems difficult. I think it's possible. We now have close to 8 turns to win the game. Okay, you bulldoze it, replace it. Next turn, we'll probably do the same thing, and then that event is over. I need to run exploration documentaries to keep support up. Or not to keep support up, to keep explorations up. 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be done next turn. 3, 4, 5, and then just one of you. Spend your science this turn. Just overwrite it with the same building. Science building. Science building. Turn that in. Give me another exploration. Give me an exploration. We need to do 9 more in 7 turns. I think we're okay on that timer. We need 150 science in 7 turns. It's a little scarier. I think we do that. We trade some of that away. We trade another one of those away. Don't need food. Actually, let's finish this project first. Something like that. Seems pretty good. Rover Museum for support seems pretty good. Let's replace the science building again. Plus 50 science per turn for 20 turns. I feel like the game's helping us out a bit. Because that's pretty strong. None of these buildings do anything, just give me science. Sure, turn in a project. Explore a location. Explore a location. 7 to go in 6 turns. I think that's fine. We're not going to need any more food for the rest of the game. We are going to need silicates. We can explore for silicates. Sure, neither of those matter. You're technically science. We'll take you. You increase our science production. I think you're very important. You can go up there. 24 science per turn. You need to explore for silicates. There's a nice big one. That's actually enough to just build this thing again. And then we need to do it one more time. Science building. Science building. That also gives us support. Science building. No, not there. Here. Yep. That's 6. Put a development center in. Rebuild this hospital with a new hospital. We're at 567 of 600. So 2 turns is what we need here, basically. 2 turns to explore 6 tiles. Give me one of these. Give me one of these. Minus 63 support per turn. It's dire, but we're gonna make it. Science building. Particle collider. You can go down there. 597 out of 600. Oh, I can buy the Applied Science Center. You go there. So we're capped on science, and then we need 4 tile explorations. Okay. 1. Oh no. I don't have the power. I think it'll still be fine. End my turn. Don't need science anymore, we're just exploring. Next turn, I think we've got it. Anywhere you can go? Yeah, you can come up there, sure. None of these matter, I'll just take a particle collider, none of those matter. Explore here. Explore here. Okay. Easier than the last time around that we tried to do the science victory, but still very, very close. I think the fundamentals of that map continue to elude us, and I think the biggest issue is that I'm not prioritizing silicates. I think I'm not respecting the fact that most buildings that produce science require silicates to be built, and I'm not like moving my economy towards that. But you know what, I've probably got time for one more.